Welcome to part 3 of my summer 2023 makeup collection, a little bit of a declutter series. In this video, we're going to be tackling my bronzers. Usually I do the bronzers with the blushes or the highlighters, but I have collected enough over the past year, really over like the past 6 months or so, that I have enough to kind of put them in their own video. It'd be a little bit too much if I tried to combine them with something else. We have a combination of both powder, cream, liquid products. Before we jump into that, I did want to talk a little bit about my Shop My Stash. I mentioned in the face palette video, I believe that's where it was, that I will be doing those monthly from now on, and that's what I'm going to be doing. But it's probably going to be a little while before I do the next one. I want to wait until I have completely done all of my makeup collections, reorganizing, getting everything back in order. It'll just be easier, a little less chaotic. So for that reason, it may be a little while before I get the next Shop My Stash done. And when I film that one, it's possible that there will be nothing up here. It may only be like my project empties and that's it, because we're pretty much going to be starting over. But I did want to mention that real quick. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into our bronzers. Let's go ahead and get started. I did make sure that I actually counted how many bronzers and contours I had all together. I have 10 that are powders, and then I have 8 in cream and liquid format. We're going to start off with the powders first, and then I'll show you what I have in the cream liquid format. Let's start off with the one from Hard Candy. This is the only one that I'm actually going to be decluttering right now because I know for sure this one is not going to work for me. This is the Instant Summer Mango and Cocoa Butter Infused. The shade is in Tan. It blends out pretty decently, but it's a little bit too light. That aside, let me move this over here since it's so freaking reflective. That aside, it has kind of a reddish undertone. This one I'm just going to go ahead and give to my daughter because she has more of a neutral to pink undertone, and I do think this one will work well for her. So I'm just going to go ahead and just give this one to her. Next, we have my Sigma powder. This was my first ever experience with Sigma. I did a little haul. I got an email and they were having a really good sale, so I picked up a bunch of products from the brand. This one is the matte powder bronzer in dark. Ironically, as you can see, it's not very dark. It's more of a medium. So if you're actually more of a tan to dark, this is definitely not going to work for you. It blends pretty decently. I haven't had it long enough to really give a full review on it to have my full thoughts. This one is one of my favorites. This one is from LYS. It is the No Limits Matte Bronzer in Harmony. This one is so smooth. The shade is just a perfect kind of a neutral, warm tone. Blends beautifully on the skin. This is one of my favorites in my collection. I love this one. This one I got from the Dollar Tree. It is the Ardell Vacay Mode Bronzer. The shade is in Sex Glow Sunny Brown. I didn't even know that Ardell had makeup until I saw the Ardell products in the Dollar Tree. I thought they were like all like lashes and lash glue and stuff like that. But this is a really, really pretty tone. I just kind of mixed the two together. I mainly use the shade on the bottom. It's the deepest one. And then, let's see. See there? It's just a really pretty bronzy warmth. So pretty. I'm not going to be swatching everything, but some of these I do want you to see swatched. This is another one of my favorites. This is from Viseart. This is the Braun Noisette. This one I bought in the Boxy pop-up shop. This one is really pretty. It's just the perfect toasty bronze. This is a little bit deeper, a little bit richer. Feels like it might be getting a little bit of hard pan. Let's see how this one swatches. Okay, it's still nice. This one you do have to kind of build up a little bit, but once you get there, it's really, really pretty. This is another one of my favorites. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon in What Shady Beaches. This one I think is the deepest one in this collection, and I've seen individuals of different skin tones from fair to like medium tan all use this, and it looks beautiful on everybody. This gives just the most beautiful, soft, warm glow to the skin. It looks freaking natural. If I had to get rid of every single bronzer in my collection, only keep one, this is the one that I would keep. It is beautiful. Then we have the Beauty Bay Matte Bronzer. The shade is in Caramel. This one, I think, is the newest bronzer to my collection. I lie. I do have another one that I just bought, I think, yesterday. This is my first time ever using a matte bronzer from the brand. Very soft caramel shade, just like the name suggests. This one blends okay. Once again, newer to my collection. I haven't used it enough to develop a full opinion on it, but so far I do like it. This one I picked up during the Sephora VIB sale. This one and the Sephora Bronzed. I have been wanting to try this one for the longest time. It is the Sunshow Bronzer in Escape. This one is a really pretty baked formula, and it definitely has a glow to it. This one I'm still not sure about. I've used it a decent amount of times. I think what's throwing me off is the glow. Let's see if we can get that in a swatch. So I don't know if you can see that, but this one definitely has a glow to it. It does have a natural bronze when you apply it, but it's definitely glowy. I'm used to bronzers that have more of a satin to matte kind of a finish. This is the first time I've used one that had this much of a glow. I'm not sure yet if I like it or dislike it. I'm going to have to use it more to really develop what I think about it. But I mean, it's pretty. But I do think that glow is just kind of throwing me off a little bit. This one is the Sephora Bronzed Matte Bronzer. The shade is in Santorini. This is another one that I'm not positive about. I could have used a deeper shade. This one looked deeper on the website. It was a little bit lighter when I actually got it. But it's a pretty formula. It does blend out pretty well. The first time I used it in the actual first impressions video where I was trying on the products that I picked up in that VIB sale, I wasn't sure about it, but I have had the opportunity to use it a few more times since, and I do like it more. Definitely going to have to continue to use it to really develop a full opinion. As I said, it's a little bit lighter, but the shade works decently for me now, but I think once we get into the fall and the winter, it's going to work a little bit better for me. So far, I'm liking it, but I'm going to have to use it some more before I develop a full opinion. This last one I got in BoxyCharm. It is the Kinder Beauty Kind Bronze Bronzer. Is there a shade Tranquil Tan? This one kind of reminds me of the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzers, and I've never used those because Physicians Formula is not cruelty-free, but the imprint and it looks exactly like the one from Physicians Formula. And this one is so freaking pretty. Pigmented, beautiful, warm, toasty, bronzy color, just deep, rich caramel. When it comes to bronzers, I like ones that are more of a caramel tone, definitely a little bit warmer, definitely with a little more warmth than, neutral as far as the tone. And this one is just freaking pretty. I love this one. And it feels very buttery too in the compact. It feels the way I would picture the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzers to feel if they were cruelty free and I actually tried them out. But I really like this one. It's really pretty. That's all of the powder bronzers that I currently have in my collection. Let's move on to the cream and the liquids. This first one is from AOA Studio. I got this from Shop Missy. It is a Venetian Romance Creamy Bronzer. I have not had a chance to even use this yet. I will be doing a full try on. I'm waiting for some more products to come in first. The shade is in Canal. I believe they have 5 or 6 shades. 5, if I remember correctly. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to use it yet. When I swatched it, so creamy, and it just blends out beautifully. I mean, look at that tone. I am definitely looking forward to actually trying this on my face once the rest of the products come in. Excited about that one. This one is actually a tinted moisturizer. I got this at a BoxyCharm. The shade was too deep for me, but it works beautifully as a liquid bronzer. I just put a few drops of this, my forehead and my temples, down the sides, on my cheekbones, a little bit underneath the chin, and blend it all out. And it works beautifully as a liquid bronzer. This is currently right now in my Project Empties. Then we have the new one from Tower 28. This is the Sculptino. It's a bronzer contour. The shade is in Getty. This is another one of those I was curious about. I didn't get this one during the VIB sale. I got this during an order I made before that. think a couple of months before. But I've been enjoying it. It's very creamy. It's very smooth. It blends out beautifully on the skin. It is a bronzer contour, but it works better for me as a bronzer than contour. That's kind of what I bought it for, hoping that it would work for that, and it works beautifully. We have the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand. This is a contour wand. I got this one in medium tan. This one is decent. I got this one to use as a bronzer more so than a contour. I don't really contour. The tone is okay, but I don't really feel like it blends out that well, and the tip is like pretty messy. I thought that it was one of those that you twist and it closes, but you actually have to press it down, and as you can see, it doesn't close very well, and the product gets like everywhere. I don't really like the applicator, and the formula itself is just not all that great, but I haven't had it that long, and I would like to try it some more before I develop a full opinion on it. Then we have the Black Up Contouring Stick. This one came from Sephora. A friend of mine gave me this big box of products that were from Sephora, and this is one of the products that were in it. On one end, you have kind of a contour bronzer. The tone is really, really beautiful and works really well for my skin. The other side is like a highlighting shade. So you can kind of put this like on your cheekbones and blend it with this one when you contour. I've really been using this as kind of an under eye brightener because, once again, I don't really contour, but the bronzer side of the stick I'm really liking so far. This one from Revolution, this is the newest one to my collection. I literally just bought this one yesterday from Target. It is the Ultra Cream Bronzer in medium. I've seen these on the website. I'm very curious about them, but I didn't want to order them because the tones on the website were a little bit off. I couldn't tell at all what they really look like. This one still has a seal on it. I haven't even opened this up yet. I haven't used it yet. I have no idea what the formula is going to actually be like. That is what the shade is looking like. I'm going to go ahead and swatch this real quick. Like I said, I've been curious about them ever since I saw them on the website. Super creamy, but you know, on the website, you can never quite tell what the tones are going to be. So it looks more cool, neutral. I'm not sure how well that's going to actually work for me as a bronzer. I'm definitely going to have to actually like use it on my face, but so far it does have more of a cool, neutral tone to it. We'll just have to see when I actually give it a try. We have two more. This one's from BH Cosmetics. It is the Summer Heat Cream Bronzer. The shade is in dark to deep. This one, so far I'm liking. I've really only used it once, so I definitely have not developed an opinion on it yet. This one is a little bit thicker. I found that I really had to work it into the skin to get it to blend out. But the tone is really nice. Like, it looks like it would be like really dark on my skin tone, but once you blend it out, it's perfect. It's not too dark. It actually blends out beautifully. Like I said, I've only used it one time, but in the one time that I did use it, I did enjoy it. This last one, this one is my absolute favorite cream bronzer that I currently have on my collection. I'm loving it. I got this one from Temu. The shade says 01 Orange Pink. Now it does have kind of an orange tone to it. On me, it is the perfect caramel warmth, and oh my god, it's so freaking creamy and smooth, and it just blends out beautifully. I mean, look at that. Now, if your skin is more on that fair side, it may come off a little bit more orange on you. On me, it's the perfect caramel golden glow warmth. It blends out like a dream. It's so creamy, so smooth. I just put a little bit, you know, in the areas where I want to bronze, and it just blends out so beautifully. If I could only keep two bronzers in my collection, the one from Wet n Wild and this one, these are the two I would keep. And I think I only paid like $2 for this one. It is beautiful. It's still available. Those are all of the bronzers and contours that I currently have in my collection. Anything that I can link, once again, I will definitely link down below. That's going to be it for this part of my makeup collection series. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give the video a thumbs up. It really does help with the channel. If you're new to the channel, you're not already subscribed, we are working on a 2,000 subscriber giveaway. So I'd love it if you would consider joining my little family. Also, make sure you tap the bell so you do not miss a thing, and and you can also follow me on my other socials. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.